The story I am going to tell you today is about one of the busiest railway stations in our country. The name of this railway station is Andheri Railway Station, which is situated in Mumbai, India. But right now, you all must be thinking, Zuhai bro, you said this is a horror story, and how can a busy railway station be haunted when so many people are there? This is the most interesting part of this video. Places with a lot of people where things are very hectic are also places where a lot of accidents happen. And by accidents, I mean deaths. Before starting this video, subscribe to this channel to watch more such horror, mysterious and historical videos. Now, this story begins. This is the story of my very good friend, Ranveer, who used to study with me in college, and I've known him since childhood. Actually, my friend and I recently met at a get-together, and that's when I came to know about this story. Guys, at the get-together, we were talking about horror stories. And while talking about horror stories, of course, Ranveer said, I also have a horror story, and he told me his story. When he narrated his story, I felt like it was a completely fabricated story. It seemed like this couldn't possibly happen. But when he delved deep into the story, when he even had his elder brother talk to me saying, see, he doesn't believe me. And then his elder brother also said it was a completely true story, and when I too went deeper into the story, I was like, this is definitely a shocking truth. It is a story, but more than that, it is a terrifying story. Hearing it, not just my heart, but anyone's heart would become completely anxious. Now I am going to tell you this story, so perhaps you too will feel what I felt that night. Guys, this story is from the year 2024, a recent story. Actually, this all happened in June. This is from the time when my friend Ranveer used to work as a salesman. His office was in DN Nagar, Andheri. He worked there, and the job of a salesman was quite simple, the one assigned to him. You have to go office to office and get orders for what our company sells. He used to do that. And guys, the most interesting part was that it was a very simple 9-to-5 job. But that day, a big order was about to be received. And his office had strictly warned him, without getting this order, you will not go anywhere. You cannot go home, no matter how late it gets at night. You will have to stay there. So, he stayed sitting in that office, and it was a call center. Very busy people were there, no one even looks at anyone else. And the day he went there, he got very bored because many meetings were going on inside the cabins. And he thought, I just need the order confirmation. Yet it's taking so much time, so much time. What should I do? He started using his phone. While using his phone, he drained his phone's battery completely. He was very bored, but finally he was called inside. After being called in, he got the order confirmation. After getting it, he looked at the time on his watch. It was almost 7:00 p.m. He thought, I have to leave now, man. Then he quickly got up and took the metro from DN Nagar to Andheri. After reaching there, he started waiting for the local train because he had to go from Andheri to Andheri by local train. And guys, if you don't know, let me tell you something in Andheri. From 6:00 p.m. to 10:00 p.m., it's the peak hour. Meaning, no matter when you go, you will have a very hard time getting on that train. If you do go, you'll have to hang on tightly because at that time, the corporate officers working in Andheri leave. It's their sign-out time. So, leaving from there at that time is very difficult from Andheri Station. And the same thing was happening with Ranveer. And Ranveer couldn't even manage to get on the train because, you know what happened, guys. As the train approached, he kept feeling that his health had deteriorated badly. I mean, while he was traveling by metro, he felt that he wasn't just tired, but he was also getting a fever gradually. So, the only thing running through his mind was, I just need to go home, I need to go quickly. But guys, he was seeing all this. The train was also packed and leaving. He thought, perhaps this is just my luck. Then he said, my health is so bad now, I'll do one thing. I'll sit here for a while, rest a bit. Once I cool down a little, I'll leave from here. And guys, Ranveer's thinking wasn't actually wrong, it was absolutely correct. Because the Mumbai local train is no joke. You can look at any local train, but the Mumbai local train is the messiest local train. Because here, forget about standing and going, you have to squeeze through 150 people. If a claustrophobic person is there, they will suffocate inside. Guys, there are very few seating areas there, and you have to go standing. I mean, every day, 3,500 people travel from Andheri. This thing is of course written on the internet too. And guys, Ranveer's condition was so bad that he said, "I'll wait, that's better. But I'm not going into this crowd, I'll rest." So he kept waiting, and now, he didn't even realize that his health was so bad that he had fallen asleep. Quite some time later, Ranveer's eyes opened, and he got up from a bench at that same Andheri Railway Station. He looked around and saw that the entire railway station was empty. Only silence remained. Ranveer couldn't believe at all that he was sitting at Andheri Railway Station, because I don't think anyone has ever seen Andheri Railway Station so empty. No one has ever seen it empty. There are always people coming and going there, whether in the morning, evening, or night. It always remains crowded. Then he looked around again. Ranveer lit a clock installed at the railway station, and it showed 1:30 a.m. It was 1:30 in the middle of the night. Then he realized that being at a railway station at 1:30 a.m., especially a Mumbai railway station, is the worst thing possible. Guys, because at that time, a person can't go anywhere. The last train to Virar is the last train, and it had already left from there. And silence prevailed over the entire station. And guys, Ranveer was a normal salesman. He didn't even have enough money to take an Uber or Ola, all those things, and guys, his phone battery was also dead. He had no options left. And Ranveer thought, well, I'm screwed now. Only a few hours are left, and I'll stay for a little while. I mean, the first train in Mumbai local is at 4:00 a.m., so I'll wait for that. Ranveer had to wait until 4:00 a.m. Then he said, okay, fine. The night has gotten quite late. I'll go sit on a bench and sleep. And guys, then he went and sat on a bench for the time being. And now the story truly begins. As soon as he sat on that bench, guys, he kept feeling that someone was staring at him from behind. There was a pillar right behind him. And he kept feeling, for some reason, that someone was peeking and watching him from behind that pillar. He kept turning back to look Ranveer, but he didn't see anyone there. At least 5 minutes had passed, and he still thought that someone was standing behind him, behind that pillar, staring at him intently. Then, finally, Ranveer mustered a little courage and went behind that pillar. And when he looked, there was no one. Relief. He thought it was just his imagination. Then, just as he was about to go back to his bench, he suddenly saw 3 people sitting there. All 3 were men, and they were staring towards the railway tracks. But Ranveer didn't go near them. He thought, I'm feeling very uncomfortable here. These 3 people seem very abnormal. They don't seem like humans to me. Then what did he do? Right next to him, a little distance on, there was a stone-made, flat seat where he could lie down comfortably. So, he went there and lay down. Now, just a few seconds later, he was lying there with his eyes closed. And he could hear that those people were talking to each other. He ignored it. He thought, let them talk, it's fine. But now, a few minutes later, those weren't just conversations. Those 3 people together were now crying, sobbing. Their voices started echoing throughout the railway station. Ranveer became very uncomfortable. His breathing became erratic. He couldn't even think about what he should do now. But by that time, he had understood one thing: these people, whoever they are not human. After hearing all this, Ranveer still turned over, facing the other way, and lay there. Some time had passed. Everything had become quiet. But then, suddenly, something touched his foot. He looked towards his feet and saw that those 3 people were sitting near him, looking at him, smiling. They asked him just one question: you are also going to die, right? After hearing all this, Ranveer was very scared. Trembling, he picked up his bag from there and ran away. While running, he looked at a clock for the local train. It said 1:30 a.m. So much time had passed in that local train station, but it was still only 1:30. It was a shock for him at that moment. Ranveer felt as if all this was a dream, that none of this could be happening. But in reality, Ranveer was alone in that entire station. There was no one to help him either. Still, he ran and reached the ticket counter of the railway station. But then, from behind him again, he heard a voice say, "Hey, tell me you are also going to die, right?" Hearing this, Ranveer turned back to look. He saw that the same 3 were running towards him. Ranveer, after hearing and seeing all this, closed his eyes. "Come to us, we are just corpses, only dead. We won't do anything to you." After hearing all this, of course, at a time like this, a person only remembers God. And Ranveer also did. He remembered a little of the Hanuman Chalisa, he recited it, and while reciting it, he fainted right there. In the morning, Ranveer's eyes opened, and a cleaner had actually lifted him. He had fainted in the corner of that ticket counter. The cleaner lifted him. He looked at the time, it was 5:00 a.m. He ran to the train and caught his train to Bandar. Finally, the whole time, he was just hearing one thing. The same thing was echoing in his ears. Did all these things happen or not? Was this just my dream? And finally, Bandar Railway Station arrived. And just as he was about to get off, near the gate, near that door, the same three were standing. And they asked the same question again. You are also going to die, right? But guys, this time Ranveer ran, leaving them behind, and ran from there towards his home. He went straight inside his house and told his elder brother, Karan, all these things, that all this happened to him. What should I do, Baya? Karan, for the time being, calmed him down a bit. He told him, brother, you sleep for a while. We'll see in the morning what to do. Sleep for a while here. The very next day, between afternoon and evening, they went to a temple. They told a priest all these things. But the priest also didn't give any direct explanation for why all this happened or what we should do. He was just saying things like, remember Hanuman Chalisa, do prayers, etc. They weren't getting any proper solution on how to get this out of his mind. He thought, I will do the prayers, but he was afraid he might encounter those three again. Then, after some time, Ranveer's elder brother Karan remembered something. Many years ago in Andheri itself, he had a friend who worked as a night technician for errors and technical problems at Secretary. Finally, then both Ranveer and Karan went to his friend. After going to his friend, they told him all these things, that all these events happened. His friend's name was Sunny, by the way. Then Sunny said, so this happened, meaning what? Then they said, man, I am completely scared. What should I do about this? And why did all this happen? Then Sunny said, in the Mumbai local, more than 2,000 people die every year. Some die by falling, some die in agony, some commit suicide. And of course, among Mumbai local railway stations, Andheri Railway Station's name also comes up, where many such accidents have happened. If someone commits suicide, they become a ghost. If someone dies accidentally by being cut, they also become a ghost. In any circumstance, if anyone dies at a railway station, it is certain that they become a ghost. Then Ranveer asked, but who were those three people? What do they have to do with all this? Then Sunny said, I don't know all that. I just know that railway stations are very haunted. And these black shadows, their only job is that when an entire railway station or an entire area is filled with silence, filled with darkness, then these people emerge. In the silence, they roam about, celebrating their death. From that day on, it became a rule for Ranveer that no matter how important the office work is, he will not stay anywhere after 500 p.m. Because that day he understood the value of life. Staying out of home at midnight, staying in a dark place, only means that we are in the abode of spirits. And living in the abode of spirits means living close to death. At the end of this video, I just want to say to you, the place you see so crowded, so packed, doesn't mean it remains filled all the time. At some point, it will be filled with silence. Go there at midnight, you will realize that there is no place more dangerous than that place. There is no place more terrifying than that place. Whether it's any college, any hospital, any school. It doesn't matter. Or any railway station, black shadows wander everywhere. Stay cautious of these things. And I am telling you one more thing. I am not saying anything wrong about Andheri Railway Station. I am not saying don't go there. Go, but don't go at midnight. Thank you.